Hi guys, welcome to another video, and for today's video I've headed down to the coast. Now I'm going to be brutally honest, I'm not particularly having a very good day. I'm not sure what it is, I'm not sure it's the fact it's so freezing cold, I'm finding the camera fiddly, and I'm just not feeling very creative. Now I started off on the rocks over there, which you can probably just about see now. The sea's still really choppy and the tide's coming in really fast, so I did manage to get some shots, but I didn't have time to do any videoing, and I just felt constantly under pressure. So then I moved further in, came back round, and again it seemed that whenever I set up a shot, before I knew it, basically I was running risk of getting covered by a wave. Now I love photography, but I don't want to die for it, you know, so to be honest, I'd packed up and I was ready to go home, and I was just going to write today off as a bad job. But then I've just noticed the scene here, so what I think I'm going to do, and so I'm going to actually put the 10x filter on, and I'm going to try and take a long exposure, and then we'll take it back and we'll put it on the iPad, and I'll talk you through how I actually do all my processing on the iPad, because that's actually what I use for my landscape photography now. I find it an amazing tool for doing it, it's very hands-on, and I thought it might be quite interesting just to talk you through and to see if it's actually what the benefits are of using the iPad. But anyway, let's set up, let's hopefully get a shot in the bag, and we'll take it from there. So I'm fitting a 10x filter, which with cold fingers is not easy. And I've set the camera to a 2-second self timer. Which is giving me a 4-second exposure. Which is a touch underexposed, which is normally quite common actually, these sort of filters. So I've put the exposure up by a stop, which is now giving me 8 seconds, fingers crossed. Yeah, not bad, not bad. Not brilliant, but not bad. So I'm going to pack up, and then I'm going to head home, get a cuppa, turn the iPad on, and import them. So let's go. Right, so I'm back home. It was absolutely freezing at the beach. I finally warmed up. I've still got to keep my hat on. It's oh, I don't know, winter. So I've started up Lightroom on my iPad Pro. I'm going to get the SD card. I'm just going to import it in. Okay, so that's completed finally, so I'll just click OK. This is the point where I'm going to have to put my glasses on. It's old age gets to all of us, but I do find it generally quite useful to be able to see what I'm doing. Funny that, isn't it? So that's now done. I'll unplug that, and that will continue to import them in. Now, what's interesting is I've created a album on the iPad, and what actually happens is this album syncs with my main computer, so anything I do in here will actually magically appear on my main iMac, which is great, you know. I don't have to use it, to be honest. I can do everything in the iPad, including the export, but because I do a few actions in Photoshop just to get it ready for the gallery on the videos, you know, it's a good way of doing it for me. It just works, you know. Sometimes it's just about things that just work for what you do, you know. So you can see I've got my shots up, and now what you can do is I can click on the star, I can literally go through, and I think if everything's worthwhile keeping, I can use my right hand on the right hand side of the screen and just swipe up and give it a flag. And if I think everything's particularly bad, I can swipe down and basically reject it. So to make life easier with this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the filter, and I'm going to filter to unflagged and flagged. And there you should have seen it will change. And now what this allows you to do, basically you can go through really quickly, you know, and just look at them and go, right, well that's nothing happening there, nothing happening there, nothing happening there. You know, until you find the shot you want. So it is quite a quick hands-on way of doing it. I quite like that one. We'll give that. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to go straight to the last few shots, which were the long exposures. And I can go for it. Now I think that's the one I'm going to do. So now I'm just going to click up here. And this effectively brings up the develop module that you'd have in Lightroom. This is the good thing about Lightroom Mobile. It works very similar to Lightroom Desktop, Lightroom Classic on the desktop. So you know it's great. I'm going to choose a profile. Now my gut feeling was black and white, but I'm going to try it in colour first of all. So I've gone through Adobe Landscape. Temperature's a funny one, isn't it? Because I've used a 10 times filter, there is a colour cast. So I'm going to click on that. And I'm going to move it round until I think somewhere. Oh, yeah, I quite like that actually. So I love this approach of doing white balance, actually, the fact you can move it around using the Apple Pencil. Just click the tick when you're done. And now we can get straight into the processing of it. I'm going to go into a black and white preset, and I'm just going to have a look. What I think is going to work best for the scene. Now I actually quite like that. So now I'm going to do it a little bit different, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to choose that, click done, I'm going to go back to masking, but now I'm literally going to brush on. Now this is where this becomes absolutely amazing tool, because now you can literally just, can you see that? Can you see how well that's working? Now obviously I would normally spend a little bit longer over this, but you know, I don't want to be known as the bloke on YouTube that produces the most boring videos. Maybe thinking that already, but you know. Go to light, and now I'm going to lift and lift, and yeah, well, yeah, straight away the shot's taking shape. I'm going to put graduated filter on. Now I know I've selected the sky already, but you know, what I actually want to do, I want to bring it down like that. I want to retain. Yeah, I'm quite liking that. think really the last thing I want to do is I'm going to go back to the brush tool. In fact, no. I'm going to use a radial gradient and I'm going to bring it to this corner up here. So as you can see, I've done it right in the corner. I'm actually about done. I'm looking at my histogram in the top left hand corner. I'm going to bring whites a bit. Just helps with the contrast. And I want this to be quite punchy. I want it to have a bit of drama about it. It wasn't a calm scene. That actually is about it, and I can double click anywhere just to see how it's all looking. So yeah, I think I'm quite happy with that. This has been perhaps not the most in-depth demonstration of what the iPad Pro can actually do, but I think what you have to remember is if you're using Lightroom on your computer, then effectively this is exactly the same, and you can do virtually everything that you need it to do. Okay, there's photo merge and stuff like that it can't, and you need to get that back on the big computer, but you know, I strive to get as much right in camera as possible. So really for me, just bringing it straight onto the iPad and then tweaking and playing with it actually works brilliantly. And as I say, the Apple Pencil, which I actually thought I wouldn't use that much, as it's great. So there you have it. Nice, quick, simple, easy workflow using an iPad Pro M1.